What's up, everybody? It's Bobby, and I just want to give you a heads up on this review. Is that we shot this a few months back prior to everything that went on in Singapore. There was some delays getting this lens out to market. Nonetheless, it is available today. Here is our review of the Nikon Z-mount 70-200 f2.8. Check it out. What's up, everyone? Hope you guys are healthy, you're safe, you're at home, you guys are doing okay. We're here in Singapore, practicing social distancing the best way I can by being around absolutely no one except cargo ships and Huang, who's about 1.5 meters away from me, because that is the legal distance we can have here in Singapore, 1.5 meters, and we're good to go. Anyway, we're here to talk about a lens that might change your mind about the Nikon Z6, Z7 if you're on the fence. I've had this lens for a couple of weeks, been testing it out. It's official, it's available for sale today. This is the Nikon 70-200 f2.8 VRS line lens, baby. Wow, what a lens. Plus, we're going to talk about firmware 3.0, the new autofocusing, the tracking features inside this camera, all that and more. Let's get down to it. Let's talk about this lens. This lens, I'm just going to give you a nutshell. If you want the Cliff Notes version of this review, damn, this is one hell of a lens. This has everything that the 58.95 has in terms of the image quality, the glass, the kind of engineering that Nikon put into that lens. They put it into this. This could be the best 70-200 f2.8 we've seen on the market. I haven't tried them all, tried most of them. This lens is phenomenal. Now, let's talk about the specs. All right, so let's talk about what we got inside of this lens. We got 21 elements, 18 groups. We got an EDSR and fluorite elements. You got two aspherical elements, as well as Arneo and nano crystal coating. What does this all mean? This has, as I mentioned before, a lot of the engineering, a lot of that high quality glass and coatings that they put in the 58.95. They were reviewed about a couple months ago. Put a link in our description below. This also has VR inside of it. For those who do not know, VR is Nikon's technology for image stabilization. So it's vibration reduction, okay? So image stabilization in the Z7, image stabilization in the lens. What does that give you? A very steady 70-200 f2.8. So let's talk about the design of this lens. Like all Nikon Z-mount lenses, these are pretty nondescript. There's no gold band around it like you would see on the F-mount lenses or anything like that. Even though this is an S-line lens, you kind of wish Nikon would put a little bit more into it, but it has a very good build quality. It's just black, which could be good for some photographers out there that don't want to show everybody you've got a telephoto zoom lens and it's white or it's gray. It's black. Simple as that. Anyway, let's talk about the design elements on it. Now, this lens feels really sturdy. It feels really, really well built. There's nothing inexpensive feeling about this lens at all. You've got your zoom ring, you've got your focus ring, and you have your custom control ring here at the back of it. You have a display here as well, which you can show all the information that you want. I personally don't use the displays that much. Some photographers do. I don't, because I'm using the EVF for the majority of the time, but if you want the display on, you can have it. Also, if you want to use firmware 3.0 and assign the tracking, you can use the function buttons for this as well. You have your autofocus and manual, you have your switches from full or from infinity to 5 meters. All that's in this lens. You've got your tripod mount, you've got a pretty solid hood here, you're good to go. But look what it's like to shoot. This is where this lens shines. Now, I took this lens specifically to the zoo because I wanted to test various elements of this lens, how it focused, how quick it focused on animals, the sharpness, the detail, as you can see in the images. This lens, like a lot of the Z-mount lenses out there, is sharp, it's precise, you barely see any chromatic aberration. Ghosting is controlled, flaring is controlled. This is an insanely good lens, and you can handle the price point because it doesn't come in that cheap. You're going to be rewarded with probably the best 70-200 f2.8 on the market. Now, I do want to let you know, though, about this lens that it is not a light lens. This comes in at 1,360 grams, or about 3 pounds for the American folks out there. And with that weight, with the Nikon Z series, you might want to do yourself a favor and get that external battery grip. The reason I say that is if you have larger hands like myself, the Nikon grip isn't that deep. So my pinky's really on the edge of this already, and because of the lens being so heavy here, I really have to squeeze my fingers to keep it upright. Now, of course, I can use my left hand to balance it, but if you have that external battery grip, it does make everything a lot more stable to use. So actually, hold on a second, let me just nail these guys here. Perfect. Sorry, I see cyclists, I gotta shoot them, just how I am. We're live, folks, that's how we shoot these reviews. There's no setting, there's no stage, we didn't pay these extras to be here. They just show up. But going back to the weight of the lens, yeah, get yourself that battery grip, and also do take note of the filter diameter is 77 millimeters, okay? That's it, guys. I mean, really, what's there to say about this lens? The images speak for themselves. To me, it's one of the best 70-200s on the market. I haven't tried all of them. I haven't tried the new Canon version, but from the various lenses that I've tried from Sony and other companies out there, you're not getting much better than this, folks. You're really not. This lens could bring you into the Nikon Z series if you've been on the fence and you've been waiting for a 70-200 f2.8. It's that good. Well, to wrap up this video and to keep social distancing in full effect, here are my final thoughts on the Nikon Z7 with the new firmware 3.0 and the 70-200 f2.8. I love it. It's phenomenal. Image quality is fantastic. This is one of Nikon's best lenses to date for the Z series. Nikon, whatever you're doing, please continue it, because if you can make more lenses this kind of quality, even though the other lenses are fantastic, the 51.8, the 85 1.8, the 24s, the 20s, this is where you need to be. Professional grade lenses with this kind of image quality. Firmware 3.0, autofocusing has been improved. Is it the best in the market? It's hard to say. Everyone has their own type of photography out there. Some people will never use the tracking functionality. Some people will shoot animals all day long. Some will never do it. So it's up to you. But I'll be honest with you, every camera is really good these days. So unless you're putting 5 cameras next to each other and monitoring how each of them autofocus in a specific scenario, you're never really gonna know the difference. I'm able to capture shots when I need to capture shots. The image quality is fantastic. I love the fact that I have really good low ISO performance on this camera, so my images are tack sharp. The colors out of this sensor, the colors out of this lens, with the coatings and everything, make it one heck of a combo. Nikon, keep doing these kind of things. You're gonna bring more people to the Z series. And with that, folks, I love this. I really love this combo. Let me know your thoughts on the Nikon Z7 and the 70-200 f2.8. Any other questions you have on this lens, hit me in the comment section below. Like always, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. Be safe, stay healthy. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.